We're nearing 50 days in quarantine, and towards the end of 2019, before all this began, I had reached out to Hollyland about working together on a project. They asked for my feedback, and April 28th, 2020, I received a package at my doorstep. All of the ingenuity, collaboration, and hard work lays right before me, in this case. Something that I've finally had a hand in developing, that filmmakers all around the world could use. The Hollyland Cosmo M7 is a 7-inch 1920 by 1200 HDR touchscreen high-bright monitor with 1500 nits. It comes with an included neck strap and a limo to D-tap for power externally. Now, throughout my career as a filmmaker, I've used a lot of different tools. In LA market, I've done a lot of first AC work, and I could not imagine myself on a set without these tools. It just helps the entire process flow incredibly well, and it enables me to shoot and be able to reference and work together with the rest of my crew to improve everything that's happening in frame and leading up to the next scenes. When you have a clear line of communication with your subjects, with your crew, and you can visually see everything without having a need to be tethered, it just opens up the gates to an entirely new world. But back to what I was speaking about regarding Hollyland and regarding their wireless technology, which I've thus have used for the past year and a half and have been super impressed with. We have here a bridge between a high resolution, color accurate, incredibly versatile monitor and the built-in wireless technology that I've come to love. One important thing to note in the beginning is that this is a proprietary monitor that works with the Hollyland Cosmos professional lines of transmitters. So in tandem to having a receiver built in, it will work with the 500, the 600, the 1000, and 2000 Cosmos. And with that being said, unfortunately there is no input or output of any kind, SDI or HDMI, which is something that I wish that was implemented in this product, but hopefully if there's a future version 2, that is something that they can add into it. One of the greatest features is the fact that it does stay true to its range, where we took it out and did a line of sight test, and I got at least 650 to 700 feet before I dropped signal. As a DP or even as a first AC, one of the greatest tools you can have on set is a monitor to check everything that's going on. Now, when you're doing exterior shots, having something that is clear, precise, color accurate, and bright enough to view at multiple angles and in multiple settings when the elements are against you, having the ability to boost the brightness up enough to where the colors and the picture and the image that you're getting isn't washed out and it's still true to what you're looking at. Some of the most helpful tools and features, as you can see, are exposure assist features such as the zebras, histograms, waveforms, and vector scopes. False color as well. Focus and composition also will include peaking, center marks, safe areas, mark ratios, grid lines, and audio meters. You're able to load in LUTs via the USB. I have at least 15 at any time for different cameras, different manufacturers, and different looks. Now within the display settings, you have things like aspect ratios, zooming in, pixel to pixel, freeze frames, and a lot of info display and battery notifications, so you can enable and disable that. And probably the one biggest thing that I wish that this had, a little bit more intuitive color calibration tools that will let you go into the gamma and further custom calibrate the settings so you can make sure you have the best quality picture. Some other really useful features are the wireless status, which will give you information regarding the channel, audio. The included limo to D-tap allows you to draw power from any type of power source such as V-mount batteries or anything that has a D-tap out that will provide the specific amperage. The dual wooden handles are smooth, sit very nice in the hands, and they're high quality. If you remove the screws from the dual handles on each side under the handles, it is revealed that there's a 1/4-20, and it also lightens the overall weight of the build. For my purposes, I generally keep them on just to have easy access to holding the panel and not having to build out or put my actual Cosmo M7 into a director's monitor cage. At the rear, you have dual Sony NPF slots which allow you to power the camera for up to 4 hours if you use the 970 batteries. I use those and have gotten anywhere from 4 to 6 hours, so it really depends on your settings, your brightness, and how often you're using it. Beneath the battery slots are 2 internal fans, which keeps the unit circulating air and from overheating, which I haven't had any issues with. So we shot in the middle of summer a lot of these scenes, and we took it out and tested it, and so far so good. The battery lasted all day, the unit didn't overheat, I didn't notice any issues. So one thing to note is that if you are using batteries, these fans could possibly be blocked. They still run. Something I've noticed is when you initially insert a battery or the D-tap to LEMO cable, the fans will run for a little bit, maybe about 2 seconds, and then stop. So maybe that's just a boot up protocol, but it's something to take note of. My overall impressions of the Hollyland Cosmo M7 is something that I am very happy to have been a part of creating. It's very impressive, not to myself only, but also to the other creators that I had shown, and they've worked with it as well. And if there's any type of recommendations or suggestions that anyone else has, please leave those in the comments section, and I'll be able to forward them to the research and development team as soon as possible, and hopefully those will get implemented in future firmware updates. Overall, the Cosmo M7 is a welcomed addition to my ever-growing family of Hollyland products. With that being said, I look forward to using this product on all of my future productions.